One of the things I do in the studio, because I like people to come visit here, and when they come visit here, sometimes we don't have every kit in stock or we don't have every pattern in stock, but we always have interesting things that you might not see online. And I always, in this area, this started because I wanted to cover up these old, what do you call those, like electrical units or whatever. So I thought about what I do is I just draw patterns. So I just want to tell you about these 3 patterns that I just drew lately. This is called Iris Garden Near the Coast. And I sort of see that right now with sort of deep purple irises. I used to wait for those flowers to bloom in the spring. And the thing I loved about irises is that they bloomed in ditches. And it was like, what's that beautiful flower doing down there, you know? Sort of like, what's that gorgeous woman doing alone in that bar, you know? Like, that's the way it was. And so I would probably, I'd probably have a real lime green coming up out of those pointy, with the pointy leaves of the irises. And I'd probably have a gold colored house so that you'd have the purple. And then I'd have a real deep green, like really, really dark kind of blue-green tree, I think. And that's sort of where I'd go with that. These clouds, what I'd probably do with those is I'd layer them in the white. So I'd have a deeper white going around the outside, sort of like a cream, and then I'd probably go to a pale yellow, and then I'd go to a white. Now this one here is a blueberry field beacon at 5 Islands. Well, I have never actually seen a lighthouse in a blueberry field, but you know, when you're making rugs and you're making patterns, you can make anything you want, and that's the beauty of it. So I like these. These are obviously going to be like sort of a shining light, but they don't have to be yellow. Really, Brenda? What do you think? Like these the lights off the beacons, they don't have to be yellow. Like they could be, what would you make them?
They could be reflecting sky colors, but they could be lighter shades of the sky color.
Yeah, they could be.
Or brighter shades of the sky color.
Definitely. Like they could almost, they could be mauve.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
And then what would you do with the 5 Islands?
I think I would like them to be various colors of dark green. I think that's where I would stay with
You
that.
could have a little, you could do that. You could also have a little maroon in there if you want it, a little bit of maroon, I think. And then, of course, you're going to have some earth here, and then you're going to have the rocks, and then the blues. I mean, this could be a day sky or a night sky. Now, this one, so these, I just tell people to start with one. Start with one element, because this, okay, so this is river, rocks, and paths. Like, if you look at that as a whole, you're totally confused. Like, what do I do with that? Right? I mean, I don't even know what to do with it if I look at it as a whole. But if I start here, then I know what to do with that. And then once those colors, say if I chose grays and whites and creams here, then I know that this is probably going to be one of those shades in a deeper color. And that's how I do that. Then I go to here. And then when that's done, I look at this area. And I just go. So what I do is I usually pick a palette for a pattern like that. So I probably just go grab, I don't know, well, whatever. I'm not going to grab this. But say if I wanted to do it in greens, then I'd grab this green and I'd put another green, and I'd sort of just start pulling colors together. So that's just to give you an idea of where to begin when you start with a pattern. You just start with one color. You start with one idea and you go from there. Well, that's my tip for today. See ya.